Welcome to Arkavachi. Today our topic is karma. Karma is a very important topic. Every single one of us here experiences karma in one way or another. Karma is a word that all of us have probably heard at some stage in our lives. It's a Sanskrit word meaning consequence. So if, for example, without even realizing that we did it, we may have insulted someone. We may be at a party, we may have had a little bit to drink, and without even meaning any harm, we may have made a comment about somebody. And they may have been offended by that. In fact, it may have ruined their party, it may have ruined the rest of the night. But of course, we're oblivious to that because we didn't have any bad intentions. Now, the karma doesn't look at our bad intentions, it just looks at the consequences. So if somebody suffered, if somebody spent 5 hours suffering because of your insult or your ill will or ill-intentioned comment, then at some point in your life, that has to come back to you. You must endure the same 5 hours of suffering that you just made somebody else endure. So let me just go into the 5 aspects of karma and we'll go into more detail. So the first aspect is that we have individual karma, we have the group, we have the family, we have the national, and we have the world karma. And that's 5 types of karma. Obviously, the most important one here for us is the individual karma. What I do as an individual is what I receive back as an individual. What we do as a group, so maybe, for example, I might go with a group of friends somewhere, and then we decide to do something. It may not be the most intelligent thing we do, but then as a group, we will experience that karma at some time in the future. Same as a family. If as a family we do something, then it's as a family that we receive the karma. And the same applies for the other two. So if as a nation we elect a president or prime minister that steers the country in a certain direction, as a nation we are responsible for those decisions, for that karma. And of course now we can see around us we have world karma. Every time we pollute the earth, every time we do things that are destructive, as a humanity we will receive this karma. So these are the reasons why we need to consider how we interact with this universal law. So karma is not something that we would see being sold or purchased. It's not a physical thing. In fact, if we go to our diagram that we've been using, karma originates from the causal world. You probably can't see from there what that reads. On top it says causal world, because all of the causes of the events actually originate from here. And how they come here is that what we do in the physical world as a consequence gets sent here. And once the masters that control the universe decide what's going to happen, they then send this as an idea to our mind. We then think about something and we decide, for example, we might drive to Phillip Island, but we don't realize that something's going to happen there. And then it comes as an emotion, and then from the emotion we come to the vital world, which is the world of energy. So then this whole event is beginning to take shape, and then eventually it comes again into the physical world as a consequence, as a reaction to what we had in the previous event. So what we've got to understand is, as an individual, how is it that this karma interacts? Because we have the idea that we're very good human beings. We say, I'm such a good human being, I'm always helping people. So why is it that all these bad things are happening? The world, the universe, what we call cosmos, which is Greek for the universe, relies on balance. This is what it relies on. Now this balance means that if we have an account, so we have our credits, we have our debits. For example, if we have $1,000 here of debits and the universe is trying to make us pay 100 of that, then if we were to accept that 100, then that would be good because it would bring us down to 900 and that would be good. But we don't do that, we fight the 100. When we fight the 100, we find ourselves in bigger problems. So the other area that's better is that we should be helping by putting credits here, and that would bring us dharma. That's the good thing. And that way we will be developing more of our dharma in order to eliminate our karma. But see, what happens is we fight the karma. So we start chasing that person, we start making phone calls, we ring him and we say, do you realize I have friends and I can get my friends and we can come and force you to pay the 500? And what we do when we do this is we make the karma even worse. So instead of reducing our karma, we actually make the karma even worse. So I'll give you a simple example of why we should let it go. if we were to let it go, if we allowed that person simply to walk away with the 500, which I know you're all sitting there thinking, this guy's crazy. If we all did that, can you imagine what the world would be like? I totally understand that. The world would have less violence. If you understand the Buddhist philosophy, they say the bigger the karma, the happier you should be, because your soul has paid a bigger debt. So if you've experienced a car accident, if you've experienced something really, really negative, then your soul is actually receiving benefit from that. But what we do is we react to that. We fight the karma. And so then the universe, just imagine for a moment, it's a person, he stands back and he says, I can't believe it, he's doing it again. And so then the karma continues. What we have to realize is this: if we have received some karma and we're really, really patient, the universe will adjust for that in our credits. The other side of that is that we do good things. So for example, let's say I give somebody some money, okay, and I give somebody, let's say $500. What I do is I expect that amount from the same person, okay? I don't actually realize that whether the person gives it back to me or not, the universe is already adjusting it from somewhere else. I'll give you an example. I had a friend who, when we were living in Sydney, he came to me and he said, I need to ask you a very important question. He said, all my life I have helped family, I've helped my own mum and dad, I've helped my uncles, I've helped my cousins, I've helped them build houses. And once I've built the houses, I never got any appreciation. I even lost money building these houses for him. And for more than an hour, maybe an hour and a half, he spoke like this, like he was indebted by these people. And at the end of the 1 hour, I said, do you realize that without a university degree, you are now a general manager of a very large company, you have a company car, you have a gorgeous daughter who's 5 years old, you have a beautiful wife, the universe has already paid you for all of these things, but you're still chasing it from these people. And he understood that once I told him what my version was, because what we do sometimes is we do something for someone and then we expect it back from them. And that's the problem. It's not necessary that the same person give us the favor back. The universe is so intelligent. Sometimes we underestimate the universe. Sometimes to my students I tell them, do you think that you're moving right now? And they usually say, no, we're sitting down, we're still. I said, well, the reality is if you were to Google this, you'll realize that you're actually traveling right now faster than a jumbo jet. A jumbo jet usually does around 900 to 1,000 kilometers per hour. Well, we're traveling at 1,670 kilometers per hour as we sit in this room. The Earth is spinning faster than a jumbo jet. Now, the Earth around the Sun is traveling even faster. It's traveling at about 107,000 kilometers per hour. That's two extremely fast motions. And we are under the idea or the perception that we're still. So if we can just imagine how complex the universe is, it has the ability, quite easily, to manage our affairs. We actually have the idea that it's too hard. How can the universe be knowing what I do and what I don't do? But the reality is the universe knows exactly everything. It doesn't matter which sacred text you go to, they will always tell you that the universal spirit of life, you can call him God, you can call him Allah, you can call him Brahma, you can call him Jehovah, you can call him what you like. But this force is extremely intelligent and it knows everything. Just repeating, if you have any questions regarding the topic today or the topics previously, you can email us at samoslak@gmail.com or visit our website www.samoslak.com.au. Also, I'd just like to remind you that the next session we will have at arkabakche.com.au, we will have our final topic called Solutions to Life's Problems. Thank you very much.